We outside with it. Make sure you tell your people to lock in right now, people. What's up, YouTube? It is DJ Acting Up on the Acting Up podcast, baby. We rolling right now. We just getting started. We got Nelly Yoga Fitness on the show today. Shab coming on the show today. Yo, Shah coming on the show today. You already know what it is. He got a self-spurred apparel on himself. He's promoting out there, trying to put out there to support black businesses. You already know how we cutting it. But right now, I'm play a track by Black Suit Benji, man. It's called Tap In. So tap in with me right now. Share the link while I share that link.
Black Suit. Had to tap out just to tap in. Now I'm stacking on the back.
We're here.
Niggas keep asking me what happened. Don't ask me what I'm doing when I'm busy doing binges. If we ain't talking money, it's no reason to get with me. I was strapping to get it, got back to my interest. I'm taxing with interest, don't at me and mention. I'm back with a vengeance, no cap on my minutes. I see through the glasses, your heart with the bitches. My swag is the sickest, I swim through the pictures. I ran through the trenches and ran through the riches. The bigger the bag, the harder the pitches. Is you serious? I invested every dollar to my name. Stop counting all my losses.
What up, though? What up?
I fell in love with darkness and became immune to pain.
Black Suit Benji, YouTube, what's up? Share that link for me.
To the essence and I had no fucks to give. Been surviving through the storm, what a perfect day to live. It was what it was and it is what it is. If business will be called, let's just please respect the biz. Had to tap out just to tap in, now I'm stacking on the back end. Why you know these niggas keep asking me what happened? Don't ask me what I'm doing when I'm busy doing binges. If we ain't talking money, it's no reason to get
You already know what it is.
Sell it, flip it, stack it, spend it, tax them up and add the interest. Grind them to
Black
that
Suit
bag,
Benji,
send
tap
them
in
balls
right
up,
now.
business
Acting Up with
running,
DJ Acting Up, the podcast. We got NellyYoga Fitness. What up?
I invested every dollar to my name. Stop counting all my losses, I just charge it to the game.
We acting up or what?
Became immune to pain. You lock us in a
Let's go, let's go. YouTube is live right now.
Been surviving through the storm, what a perfect day to live. It was what it was and it is what it is. If business will be called, let's just please respect the biz. Had to tap out just to tap in, now I'm stacking on the back end. Why you
Talk to me real quick, talk to me.
Don't ask me what I'm doing when I'm busy doing binges. If we ain't talking money, it's no reason to get with me.
Hey, share that link. Hey, share that link. Hey, just share that link. You already know what it is, man. It is DJ Acting Up. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. I hope you all locked in. You locked in with DJ Acting Up right now. I'm sharing that link. I'm just sharing that link. Be a friend, be a supporter, and share that link. Tell your people to lock in. You can talk to us today. We got NellyYoga Fitness right here. Nelly, tell them hi.
So yeah.
What's
going on?
Well,
What's going on,
Nelly
DJ
Yoga
Acting
Fitness.
Up? Now,
How you
listen,
been?
I mean, better now that you listen. I'm so glad that
You
you
know, I'm a
asked me
spur
to
of the
be
moment
here.
type of person. You
And
know,
I'm a
I'm just
seize the
out
moment
there.
type of person. So
And
I'm
that's
like,
just gonna
listen,
work, and that's how we cutting it. You heard?
period. Thanks for having me, bro.
No doubt, no doubt. So what's going on with you? What's been
Well,
new? What's
listen,
new?
since we met,
Right.
I have my own podcast now.
What?
I got my own slot, bro. You inspired me. Rosie
That's what
inspired
I'm
me.
talking
Shout out
about.
to the big sis.
Shout out to Rosie,
I'm just
definitely.
like, I'm so grateful and so happy to be a part of the G family,
It's
the
the
Glockaware
G Shop,
family.
G
You know what I
Shop
mean?
family. You heard it is
It's no
Glockaware
family
Radio.
like it. So,
You already know what it is. Click, click.
you know,
already
so
know. Lock in.
I'm grateful to have the platform that I have to talk about something that is near and dear to us, which is mindfulness
Right,
and the village.
right.
So it's all combined. It's think outside the box, village conversations with me. So I would love to have you on and bless
What
my
time is
show.
the show and what day?
It's on Thursdays from 3 to 4.
3 to 4 right here on Glockaware,
Right
so
here on
tap in.
Glockaware. So check me out. You
Definitely be part of the show anytime, definitely.
and you can find me on Instagram, Nelly Yoga Fitness.
Okay.
My website, Facebook,
Hey,
with a Y, not an I-E.
that's what I'm talking about. It is NellyYoga Fitness. She got her own show Thursdays, 3 to 4 right now on the Glockaware podcast. family. And what are some of the topics that you do talk about?
So listen, my village is very eclectic. There's a lot of people in my village. It's a lot going on. So I
Right.
talk about everything from mental health mainly.
Okay.
It's always centered in mental health and mental wellness and wellness in general.
Right.
Um, with me being a certified yoga instructor as well as a personal fitness trainer, but I'm also a mindfulness instructor.
Okay.
That's to me what's the difference between just a regular yoga instructor. But I like to talk about my city. I'm passionate about Philly.
Right.
I like to talk about
A lot of
current
things going
events,
on out here
a
too
lot of
for
things
that.
going on in the world. I like to talk about just different perspectives. So people from all walks of life, all ages, all sexualities.
Right.
I like to talk about sexuality. I feel like that's something that people are always going to have to agree to disagree on in terms of um, just homosexuality in general.
Right.
I come from a different place. I like to proudly say that I'm a child of this rainbow coalition that is out here, and I'm proud.
Okay.
I'm a proud parent. I'm a child of a person who is in the rainbow coalition. So I talk about all these things. Down to my childhood, my upbringing, being molested, mental illness running in my family from bipolar, schizophrenia to dementia, Alzheimer's. So just shedding light on all those things, the violence in the city. I'm all over the place though. I'm ratchet too, so I like to talk about
Acting
celebrities and
up.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So sometimes we gotta act up.
Hey man, you already know what it is. Chef, you already know, man. Come on the show, let them know about your self splurge merch you got. Let them, you know what I mean? Let them know all about you, what you got going on, man. You're more than welcome anytime. Come on the show, man. We here with it, but we got Nelly right now. She's talking about, you know, she does all of the stuff she's talking about one on one with you too. So it is very personable. If you want to get personal, she hosts classes. I believe
Yes.
you're holding them here too at
Yes, so
Rockaware.
I'm bringing yoga to my G family because, again, mindfulness, we all need it. And I want to have people change their perspective and their perception of yoga. So I figure what better way to get my G family to do it than to bring it to them versus trying to get them to come out and come somewhere else. So I'm bringing it here every Sunday, um,
Sundays, people. Sundays,
right before the game,
49.
people. Come on.
Let's go. It's 4933 Old
11:30,
York
in and
Road,
out.
Philly.
Let's go. You know what I mean? So just show up. Just a little donation.
Hey,
I don't put a price
little
on
gas money helps.
mindfulness.
Yeah, everything helps. You know?
Exactly. So I also teach at the Y,
Okay.
at 51st and Chestnut. I'm there every morning at 7 o'clock. So if you have insurance,
Hey,
um, your insurance will pay probably for your membership depending on what kind of insurance you have. It doesn't have to cost you an arm and a leg to be healthy. So I'm just an advocate and a pillar in the community right now. I do a lot of community events. So whenever you guys have some stuff and you want somebody to talk about mindfulness and wellness, I'm your girl. Check me out. I just want to just be an advocate for our kids. I had the opportunity of working with some of the 9th through 12th grade students at Hardy Williams Charter School.
right.
And that was the most amazing experience because I was able to do what I do and bring it into the schools,
That's dope.
um, and they needed it.
Right. The
And it was
kids definitely
so
need this stuff,
therapeutic
man.
for them. Like just to hear some of their stories and the things that our kids are going through right now that they don't get to talk about.
Definitely.
And I gave
Definitely.
them that
That's
platform, and
awesome right
it's
there.
so needed.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful to people like you who are giving people a platform. Like this dude is not just a DJ, y'all.
Right.
Like this dude
We
is a
acting up.
renaissance man, and and just to tell your story,
Right.
right, and just to be that vulnerable and that transparent, and to be real about your journey and your transformation. Like I think that's dope.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you. You know, it's like I try to spread it out to the world and the mindfulness, but I get a little bit off the wall sometimes myself. But I've learned to control a lot of things in my life. It wasn't easy, but it is actually a lot to do with spiritual. You gotta find your chakras and line yourself, and I'm very in tune. Like I just recently went and watched the movie again in the movie theaters right now in 3D, but Avatar.
Oh, okay.
So
I
now,
might need to go back and watch it.
if you rewatch it with this mindset,
Okay, okay.
it's going to change your life the way you view
Mm.
it, because it's like so much reality in that movie and where we should be and where it's going and what's
Wow.
happening now, and even to what the government's doing and how evil humanity is right now for that dollar bill, and even to the cloning of bodies and changing of the bodies and
Mhm.
everything that's going on. It's
Mhm.
got real wicked, and it's like it opened your mind up to a lot of things, and being this woke and how I view the world right now, it was awesome. I mean, shout out to DJ Alamo taking me over there. You know, big bro
Mm.
always, in tune with everything. But it was just an awakening now that, you watched it before,
Mhm.
but watching it at this age with this mindset that we have now, it's really, really worth going to and doing it
You
again. And
gonna have
then
me go
coming
back and
back
watch it?
and then come back and time. I think I'm gonna go back and watch it again
You gonna have
too.
me go and watch it? Okay,
And
I'm gonna watch it.
then we come back and we'll talk about it,
Dope.
because there's a
Okay.
lot of things that we talk about that's involved in that movie, and they just outright telling you what's going on. So Avatar 2 is coming out early December, mid December, and it's gonna be the part two. So he's gonna be in the Avatar body at that point. So it's gonna
Wow.
be real interesting on that point. But this
I'm gonna go.
Avatar
I'm
movie
definitely gonna watch it
actually
because you gave me some homework. I'm gonna do it.
will, you're gonna see. It's like you were right. Like you're gonna just change your mind, like how you view this movie, and it's just gonna keep you in trap. Like, wow, that's really what's going on, or like that's really possible, or that's really where the spirits should be, or where we should be in line with these Avatar people. Got the right track, right?
Right.
I
Right.
mean, if they put it out in the movie, it's either happened or it's going to happen, or it wasn't worth continuing.
Wow.
So you got to pay attention to stuff
But
like
then
that.
that makes you think, like, who created that? What Dalai Lama came up with this movie? Who wrote this movie?
Right. Well, the credits
What
are there.
mind did
You know
this
what I'm
come
saying?
from?
Well, the world is evolved by all of us. So, you know what I'm saying? Everything that we think comes to reality, whether it be you to manifest it
Mm,
or somebody else to manifest it. If you think about it, somebody's doing it. If you're doing
that
this,
is true.
somebody else thought of it.
That's
So,
true.
we all manifest this world, this building and everything was created because we all thought about it. We all made it happen. So, you
Mm,
know what I'm saying? We're all in tune with each other. So that's what the movie will teach you a lot.
mm.
So I need to really. I started viewing things in a different way now to the awakened eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
So
through this awakened eye, have you, like, I know it makes you look at people different too, right?
I
And
mean,
is
it
that a struggle in
does
terms of
and it
personal
doesn't.
relationships?
It does and it doesn't. So I'm like really found myself and really in tune with myself, and now it's to the point that where I'm learning meditation and what that is, and how to properly do that. And meditation is not something you can really is taught. Is in a state of who you are.
And and anything is meditative,
Right.
right? So it's about what resonates with you,
Right.
what puts you in a state of relaxation.
Right.
If it's music, if when you're doing this, you feel most relaxed, this is meditative for you. There's no right or wrong to meditation,
Way. Right.
is what I try to teach people because I feel like meditation in itself is intimidating to most people and they automatically think they can't do it.
Right.
And that if they think they're doing it, they think they're doing it wrong.
You can only do it though if you're really in tune with yourself and life, the world, how the world works, how you work, how your mind works, how your body works. People are too worried about how other people work.
Exactly.
So you'll never get it if you feel you're never gonna get it, because you're not, because you worry about how I'm getting it or how I'm doing it. It's not a state. It's not something you can be taught. It is you. It's a state
Exactly.
of your mind, your body, your chakras, your G's. Everything's lined up properly. You know your rights and wrongs, but you gotta shut the world off. Your mind gotta actually shut
Mm.
off all the way. So generally, like I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and just lay there for like 45 minutes, a half hour, maybe an hour sometime, or whatever, and just with nothing,
Hmm.
and just do it. Like just zone out, and you're gonna go. You're gonna just
It's a
go
beautiful
on its
thing when
own.
you get comfortable enough to sit in stillness. It is
Right.
a beautiful thing to experience. I just try to encourage people to not set such a high expectation for your first experiences with trying to meditate, because you can get impatient with yourself.
Right. So my thing is like I don't let. I try not to. It took a while sometimes. Like it takes a long time before the wall explodes or gets knocked down again for the temper. But I try not to let what other people do conduct how I conduct myself. You know what I'm saying? What they do is what they do, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what they are and who makes them what they are and who they are. But for me, it's more now. Now it's like I'm looking at anger more like this. Like anger to me is the punishment you give yourself for somebody else's action. That's what I think anger is. So I try not to let myself get angry over other people's actions. Like you can't control what people say, you can't control what people do and how they're gonna conduct themselves. But that's why you're gonna catch me. Man, you catch me by myself a lot
Right.
because of that. Because you don't know what people are gonna do. Even your closest friends will turn on you, like
Yeah.
that you never thought so. Like in the spur of the moment, like because they're not even in control of their own mind at that moment,
Right.
being there under the influence of whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But sober they're not going to do that, but under the influence of something, whatever it may be, it's a different story. So I try to not to hang around people because I don't need that energy. And when you're in a meditative state, you can't have no negative energies touch you, or so I
Yeah, I had to
mean,
learn that the
to each his
hard
own.
way.
I'm not here to change anybody's life. Like if you want to be the biggest thug, the gangster, the biggest drug dealer, by all means you do you, but do you over there, not
Mm-hmm.
around me, because I'm about family now. It's about family. I'm a whole new man, and so I'm a role model, father. That's my main thing now,
Yeah.
and it's like that's the best and biggest hat that I wear. Johnny Wishbone, what's going on up there in NYC? Thank you for chopping in right now. So it's like that's my biggest hat right now that I'm worried about, and that I'm just it's my mission for my youngest daughter's 7, so that's the one that right now. My oldest is they're grown men, so they're on their own, they on their path. I'm
Nice.
here for them, but my 7-year-old trained me to be the father, role model father that I am. So I don't conduct myself like that. Do I hang out in places? No. If you see me somewhere, I'm getting paid. So what I mean,
I'm trying to be
at that,
like you when
that
I
time.
grow up.
So it's like I don't leave my driveway unless
I'm
I'm
in
getting
the
paid.
infant stage
You
right
know what I'm
now. I'm trying to
saying?
get there.
Being a barber, being a DJ, being whatever to fall back on to make a couple dollars to exist in this world. Because money's never my motive. It's like, so I know
Mhm.
God's gonna provide. The higher power within myself.
Mhm.
Is to provide, and that's what I do. I'm gonna make it happen regardless. So I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the richest person. I am the richest person. You know why? Because I'm happy with what I have.
There you go.
So it's like really, I try. Things don't really make me mad. The same things they used to make me upset or triggered before don't.
That's that self love that
And
you learn through
it's
meditation.
like even like I don't know. It's like I don't look at nobody as competition, no world. I don't look at nobody against me. Even if you want to fight me, even if you put hands on me, I don't. I'm not that person anymore.
Right.
I'm just not that person anymore. I used to be the one to fight every dog that barked at me walking down the street, but I never got nowhere doing that because I
Yeah.
had to stop and fight every single dog, and they had 25 dogs on that block. I never got to the end of the block. You heard? So
Exactly.
it's like now it's like you can't like because you're worth not worth me losing what I created.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
have
And it's like
you know you have a purpose.
right. So it's like you can beat me up, and guess what? It's like you still gonna be living your life the way you live your life, and I'm gonna still be moving forward. So what was the fight for in the
Right.
end?
In the
That's
end.
why I like. It's not even worth it. At the end of the day, bro, I used to be the one you want to put hands on me, I'm gonna take you out. So that's just gonna happen.
Right,
Ain't
right,
no
right.
fucking around. I make money with these hands. I break these hands, I can't make no more money. We're not fighting, bro. I'm just,
Period.
and I was never a boxer, karate kid, or none of that. So I'm gonna fuck you up, though.
Period.
So leave that alone. You don't want to play with me. I'm not the one
Mhm.
to play. I dropped out of school because of recess. We don't play them games, yeah. But at the end of the day, like, nah, my mental state is way beyond that now. It's like you can't be my enemy. You're not, because you know why we're in the same shoes. Your mental blockage is what's really
Yeah.
working you, and your issues is what's really your trauma in your life is what's really making you conduct yourself like that. Once you get a hold of that, then you're gonna get a hold of life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm gonna play a little track just to lighten up the mood. It is Uptown Jill all in, baby. You already know what it is, man. Independent music right here on the Acting Up with DJ Acting Up podcast. We got NellyYoga Fitness in the building. Holla.
If you gon' post about your feelings, what's that shit about? Take a soul, hide the body, tell them dig 'em out. Shoot, 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 shoot.
Lock into that YouTube channel right now, Glock aware.
We all win. Talking heavy like they heavy, we all spit. Shoot, 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 we all lit. Fresh Ruger out the box, stuffed in my ethicus. Yeah, I'm in the wheel, but still I step with it. Yeah, I'm uptown with the whip and I be chefing it. Fuck a op, pull up on your block, now I'm repping it. They hate you more when you getting more. When you the boy, they gon' take shots at you cause you deliver more. The most solid, that's the shit I'm on. If I give you my word, you already know what it is. I'ma get the jaw. Nice in the ring and I'm nice in the bing. Ice in the chain, ice in the watch, ice in the ring. You fuck boys most likely to sing cause you ain't built for the streets. Soon as I spin your block, letting it ring.
What up, though? What up? YouTube, share that link, though. That's all in. Huh? We all in, baby. What up, though? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. Frauding for the gram, get you viral on citizens. Yes, sir. Stoop to the stage in the booth, solid. That's the reason why I stick to the truth. Philly, what up? He was feeling like a star. He was on the road to riches till they found him in the car. YouTube, share that link right now. Press like, comment right now. What up, though? Yeah, we got NellyYoga Fitness in the building. Hey, hey, hey. We here with it. Yeah, you already know we got that rolling with Brass on. We got that rolling with Brass. Check her out. She got a new apparel store in Belmont. Make sure y'all stop by my sister's shop. Support black businesses. Hey, marijuana apparel. Marijuana apparel. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. Rolling with Brass. Look at the hat. Check out the hat. Check out the hat. Check out the logo. YouTube. Here it is. Rolling with Brass right here in Belmont, New Jersey. We acting up. You already know what it is.
That's hot.
Yeah, man. You got to support that. We outside.
We outside.
Yo, we outside. This right here, Ace the Chemist, man. Featuring Killer Kells. 4TL. Let's roll. Hey. Uh-huh. What up, though? Hey. We talking with NellyYoga Fitness, baby. Acting Up podcast right now. I see a lot of talent, they talking to them boys, okay? All that back and forth on the internet, we don't play them games, don't know. Disrespect me, then you get rocking with DJ ActinUp. Listen, DJ's Philly, nah, man. All this switch aside, you can really die, now put that on my pops. I won't ride around and look for you unless I got the drop. DJ ActinUp the ones and two. Let's talk about it. They don't know me, but let's talk about it. Niggas really wildin'. I've been chillin', staying really solid. Yup, people hating. I can feel it, there is no debating. Real one, I ain't never faking. Yo, we here. Chill, keep the music. If you don't, then we going through it. They know me, you look really stupid. Had your chance, you really blew it. Check me on some G shit. Talk to me, we outside with it. Definitely gotta go see that Avatar movie once again. Hey, listen. Let's talk about something real quick, right?
Hit me with it.
Yo, right, listen. I was watching the news or whatever. Okay. And this real life this is a real life thing right here, right? So there's a guy and this lady, they marry, right? And the guy suggested they have an open relationship. Oh. Okay. So at first the girl was like, the lady was like, I don't know. But then she gave into it and was open to it. So they had this open relationship and this understanding going on, right?
Uh-huh.
So the lady found this man and she got her thing and she was getting her D on the side and she had the open relationship and the man was the best thing ever and he was treating her like the best thing ever and he was the best thing for her.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, the man never found a girl to get
and he was
some
the one that
side,
suggested.
and he's the one suggested. So now the guy is getting all jealous and all worked up, and he's like, "I want to end this open relationship. I don't want it no more. It's just I want to just be you and me." And the lady's like, "Well, how do you,
expect me to turn this off now?"
I mean, I'm not gonna do it because is she right or wrong? Because I mean, she loves the dude, and the dude treats her well, and just because you're not getting done, you just want to cancel. But if you was getting some, it'd have been a different story.
Now, see
So
that.
now, how you feel about that? How do you guys feel about that?
Listen,
YouTube?
that's interesting, right?
Right.
All
Let's
right,
talk
so
about it.
listen, me and my husband have had these little sticky conversations because we like to watch stupid shows like Sister Wives and shit like that. So,
right.
I'm an asshole in a sense. So when we have this conversation, I'm an equal opportunity type of person.
Right.
So at this stage in the game, when I talk about shit like that, so I'm on the female side. Let me just be clear on that because he was the one that suggested and introduced her to this. And ultimately she, agreed for whatever reason. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if it took a lot of convincing.
I mean, yeah, that part they didn't say that part, but I mean, I guess it wasn't on the first shot. I imagine because she didn't agree off the
very first try. Okay,
so I guess a couple times in, she's like, well, you know what, I'm open to it.
Because I can play devil's advocate with it. As a female, I would feel like, well, shit, if you feel as though if you don't submit, then your man is going to cheat on you. And you're the type of person that wants to feel as though you still have control over the situation, then you're going to conform to it and say, all right, cool, let's do this because at least I know in the back of my mind you're not cheating on me. I have control over this situation.
That could be a reason why too, yeah.
But still inside, you're probably hurting because you really don't want to live this lifestyle. Now, on the other hand, it backfired because she ended up enjoying it and he didn't enjoy the fruits of his idea. Now, if I were her, I probably would not leave my Mr. Moneybags if he was the one. Now, this is the thing. You suggested this, dude.
Right.
So, nah. You better you better one up me, cause now I'm in it. I'm in it to win it, baby.
So cause he ain't getting none right. So we talking about for those tuning in right now.
But this was your idea.
A guy and a girl couple, they're married, and the guy suggested an open relationship, and the girl said yes, and got the guy that was the man of her dreams, and and the man didn't get no cootie on the side, so he decided he wants to end the open relationship and just be back to her and him. And the girl, she's like, "No, I'm not gonna stop this. That's your fault."
Yes.
I'm like this. Why would you suggest something like that if you didn't have nothing lined up in the first place?
And that's what I'm saying. So if I was the female, I would already probably make that assumption that he must be interested in someone, and this is his way of not cheating on me by bringing me this proposal. So let me get ahead of this if I want to stay with this guy and just agree to this.
So he lost her? You think he lost? So he lost her then?
I mean, if she was willing to just settle at this point, because now if he's saying he wants you to stop.
Right. Just stop.
And you know you're not going to stop. So now you're going to have to sneak and do something.
They had like a good time in already. Like months and years of doing this open relationship. And he just never got none.
Yeah, well, no, that's your fault, dog. I'm not. Listen, it's working in my favor.
So you say Rolling with Brass said, "Sorry, buddy, you opened the door.
See?
I'm walking in." She's acting up. We outside with it. Talk to me. How you feel about that out there, man? So that's a tough one.
But that's why I say you don't open Pandora's box. This is why I feel like the whole threesome shit, like me and my husband talking about that, like
That's another one.
with that boat has missed us. I know I've never tried it. I should have did it in my 20s if I was gonna do it. I'm fucking 42. That ship has sailed. That shit is done. Nobody's doing that, like experimenting with that right now.
So
Nah.
I want a
And
threesome as long as it's a girl, but as soon as you say you want a guy in there, what happens?
and that's the other part. That's the other part that for me is like, yo, that's that bullshit. Because you,
Hey.
oh, I can't get
That's
an
a deal
extra
breaker?
little, you know what I mean? What makes you think I just want to have an extra vagina to bump up against and watch you lick up on? Like, how about you experience that same shit?
Hey, yo, I don't
It's
know,
always
yo.
one-sided with the threesome. It's
Hey, yo.
always one-sided, especially with a super
I
masculine
think
dude.
if I was in the dude situation with the girl with the open relationship and say I wasn't, I don't know. I have to see a picture of it because he has to be ugly. How can you not in a year, in a couple months, not get
Nah, some people just don't know how to talk to female. Like some people just don't have no game and don't know how to approach a female.
If this was the case, my wife, I guess she wasn't pleased with me at that point. So I'm suggesting an open relationship because I ain't had nothing lined up.
He thought his wife
And-
was whack.
Right. She ain't had no
She got it cracking.
She
like,
had
"Yeah,
her
I'll show
shit.
you
She's
what I'm
going
working
on
with."
trips. She's going on expensive dinners. She's getting expensive clothes bought for her nails. You know, the dude's just sitting back home doing nothing, twiddling the fitting, waiting for her to get home. So it's like, I don't know. I guess he got to be ugly.
See,
Something
and this
got to
is
be
the
wrong
thing.
with the
He
man.
didn't think that through because let's look at the flip side of the coin, right?
Yeah.
As females, if we're dating or being, I believe in chivalry and I want to be courted, right? So.
Right.
If you want to do this open relationship shit, I just got another extra incentive here on the side, nigga. You just got another bill.
Right.
Because this girl, you might have to pay for dinner, pay for this,
Hey, man,
do this,
listen.
that, and the third. So he didn't think about that either.
I'ma
Not
have to-
only is
listen,
she gonna probably get
Ain't
good
no
dick,
way.
she's gonna get gifts.
Ain't no way. I'm
and
going to
shit.
get it. I'm going to get it on the side. I'm going to pay for it if I got to. Yo, hey, if I ain't getting none, I'm getting. I mean, if she getting it, I'm paying for
But
it, and
the
I'm gonna
dude
pay for
is on the
something.
short end of the stick
And I'm
either
gonna pay
way.
for the dinners, and we gonna go with a high class escort somewhere so she can see that I got something. I'm not just gonna let you just go get the yams, and I'm not getting no yams. I'm gonna pay for it. I'm gonna pay for something then. Man, I don't got to. Lucky little God bless me with that. But you know,
I was about to say now. Here's the thing too. Like I just feel like the man is on the short end of the stick either way because
anyway he go.
you
right?
got to spend money on this broad that you trying to bring into
Hey
the mix.
man, listen, but he.
I'm not gonna
obviously-
spend money on the dude.
But if
The
you
dude-
married this woman, right? You married to this woman, right? You married to this man, right?
hmm
So let's say it was vice versa. You and your husband, you told your husband you wanted to open relationship. You wasn't getting
And I wasn't getting it. He getting it
was
all.
getting it,
Oh.
right? So it's like, what you gonna do? Nah, I'm not gonna let that go down. I'm not gonna tell
I'm
you
not
to
a quitter,
stop.
though.
I'm not gonna
quitter.
tell
I'm
you to
gonna be
stop after a
determined.
year and a half. I made that. The nigga family already. Tell him come over. We having dinner. A year and a half in.
Wow.
We of doing this? Nah. Listen, here, man. You gonna do you, but I'm gonna big you up and I'm gonna make you want to stop, or we both gonna have to stop because I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna go get me a little model ass. Here, listen. We gonna go to dinner. Just go to dinner. We've been taking flicks, man.
Well-
I don't know. It ain't gotta be about the yam. Sometimes it's just about a jealousy thing. Now you gotta make her jealous. Like,
So
all
you
right.
just petty.
Oh yeah, it gotta be tit for tat because there's no way you're gonna approach that woman or that man and say you gotta stop this now after a year and a half because
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
not
You
getting
can't.
none.
You can't. You can't.
How?
He just gotta walk away from the relationship now. You gotta walk away from the relationship because
I'm not
realistically,
walking away. I'm too invested. I married this motherfucker.
well, you got a brother husband, nigga. Because I'm
That's
not
what I'm
leaving him
talking
alone.
about. You got a sister, wife. You got a brother, husband. Some shit going on because listen, there's no way the lady's gonna stop.
She's
this
not
shit.
gonna stop, so it doesn't work in her favor to stay because now you got to sneak to do some shit that you
She's
have
not
permission
doing
to
that
do.
because she's
Yeah,
already been truthful about this shit. So why would she start lying now?
because it's gonna cause friction.
She's not gonna do
if
that.
he don't
She
agree
not,
with
so
it.
he lost it. He gonna have to move
That's what I'm
out.
saying.
He
He gotta
gotta move
go.
out. The other nigga
And the other
moving
nigga
in.
moving in looking like Bing Rames.
15 minutes after he move out,
butt
he in
naked
the
at the
building.
stove.
You know what I mean? Then that's when he gonna change. Like, nah, I was just with you because you was with him. I don't want
And then
that.
you're gonna switch up
And
again.
now she lost out on the swear. She lost out on the
Nah,
swear because
good
Swear's
coochie,
doing his thing.
good coochie always reigns supreme. She will find another suitor. Trust and believe that. If she was able to do all that, she got some good cooch.
Hey man,
And
something
she
had
will
to
reign
happen. So
supreme.
what do you think was wrong? Did the man wanted an open relationship after marrying this female?
I think maybe he thought the
But he
grass
couldn't get no more yams after that. So obviously it's
because he
something wrong with
probably
this
was
man.
more attractive when he was like married and
That
it
always
was-
happens. Why does
it
that
was
happen when the
taboo.
man's wearing the ring? He get more action, more play than a
I don't
single
know.
man.
I think maybe people look at it as a uniform.
That's wild, but I look at that as a testament. I'm a different man. My parents been married
Like-
for 43 years, going on 44 years. And they was high school sweethearts. They only know each other, so that's how I was raised.
And marriage is a beautiful thing. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
like that.
I'm married. I've
That's
been
how I'm
married.
raised to this day. It's a
twice.
beautiful thing. Got both my parents raising, me, my children, and my sister, and it's like they've been together. So this is what I know, man. I
Right.
don't know that division, separation,
Right.
and stuff like that. Even though it's all around me, and all I know it by the world,
Mm.
and the world made it that way for me. You know what I mean? But that's where I get my balance from, because I still could go home and get
And
my
see
roots,
that,
and not go
that
home
structure.
every day. So it's like. It's wild because I got every aspect of
Now,
the
would
world.
you ever pose a question similar to that? Because I wonder people who have been married and together that long. Like, I want to know
It's
I
not
want to get
easy,
into the
man.
gravy with it because
Right.
I already know y'all had to go through some real shit. So I want to
Right.
know, like, how do you get to that 40-year mark? Like,
Hey,
that's the
man.
questions I be wanting to ask people who've
It's
been
not
married for a
easy,
long
man,
time.
and
Like,
if you think it
what do you
is,
do? How do
it's
you
not
get past
good.
infidelities? How do you get past financial strain? How do you get past, lack of communication?
Luckily, I'm gonna give it to you like this. Both my parents are they on the same plane. Like it's not one above the other financially. It's not one above the other in anything as they do. It's like, and it just has to be who you are as a person. If you're a cheater, you're a cheater. If you're not a cheater, you're not gonna do that. If you're not thinking about any of them negative thoughts, you're not gonna be that person. So if
Right.
you eliminate any thought of action like that, and you think nothing but positive, and this is what you signed up for.
Mhm.
Back then, in them eras, it wasn't none of this Facebook, Instagram, dating sites where you could go outside. You don't even have to leave your house to get no cootie right now or no D
No,
right
you
now. You
don't.
could log in right there and just press like. If you go and like somebody's every picture on they social network, next thing you know, you end up in the bed.
Yeah.
So it's like they didn't have none of this back then. Before it was dependent on each other, and this is what the government did to us by instilling schools and colleges and stuff like this and making the woman go to work. They took you away from raising your children. Now the school raises your children. Your Netflix raises your children. You're trying to teach your kid, no, I want you to be this way, but the school is teaching them to be this way. The YouTube is teaching them to be one way. The
Preach.
Netflix is teaching them to be one way. Hulu's teaching them to be the
Preach.
other way. And meanwhile, the kids at school is teaching them everything they seen and with their hood parents because they
Yeah.
thug parents, gangbanger parents don't know what they doing, showing them all this
It's
stuff.
a
So they
struggle.
teaching your kid that don't know nothing about crack or cocaine. They teaching your kids that a rock means crack and this and that and the third. So there's nothing you can do about it because the government made it that way. So you will not have control over your own children. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you can't even raise your own children because you're at work. You know what I'm saying? They tell you this 24 hours in a day is a big lie. You know what I'm saying? Is it? Because we wouldn't have nighttime if it was, right? So this is like you're in school, your mom's at work, your dad's at work. We work to keep a roof over our head, eat, and provide for our children. Pay our car notes. You know what I'm saying? That's all we work for. Most of the time, you can make $180 and you're gonna have $20, $10 left after paying what you got to bet, if that.
Yes.
So it's like this is the way they made it, so that you cannot tell them no more your morals, your rules, the way you think you should live. And now it's the schools is teaching them fake history, first of all.
Yeah. Talk
Fake
about it.
everything. So it's like they're not teaching them nothing. You went to school your whole life and didn't know shit
And
when you
didn't know
came into
shit.
the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're not teaching you nothing. It's a big fishbowl. Academics haven't changed since the old ages. You know what I'm saying? We're in new era. Why hasn't it changed?
Right.
So it's like you can't tell your kid nothing. Reprimand your kid. The school's telling them if your mom or your dad yells at you, tell us and we'll handle it and we'll call the police and we'll do this and you'll be
Yeah, you
protected.
can't even
So you can't
discipline your
do
kid.
nothing. So down the school's
But
teaching
I
them
will.
something. The church is definitely teaching them one thing. Your kids is learning from all kinds of things but you. Your dad's half the time. There's no marriage is 44 years. A long-term marriage now is 3 years, 4 years that went
Yeah.
down. Like, you know what I'm saying? 2 years, you're already like, oh, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's like, so it's like the world's fucked up because that's how they made it. But there's a lot of people waking up to these factors in life right now.
Talk
So where
about
we
it.
used to have the families, you know what I'm saying?
The villages.
That's why you
breaking
had
down.
Bill Cosby and the Cosbys back then showing you. They don't want
know.
that no more, so they eliminated it. So you see that the black people and the black families, the minorities, didn't have all this stuff.
Yeah.
You got a lot of black doctors and a lot of black lawyers and everything's black and
Yeah.
minority.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We the chosen people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With the melanin.
For
So,
sure.
you know,
For sure.
it's like, I swear you gotta go watch that Avatar movie. It's gonna
I'm
teach
gonna
you
do
so
it.
much.
I promise you.
I promise you, man. Shout out to Alamo for
I'm
taking me
glad
for
you
that
told
one.
me to go and do
And
it.
you know, we watching in 3D and the optics and the visuals. They added a lot of visuals and the optics to the 3D background and 4K and
I can't wait.
the audio octaves and stuff like that. But I mean, just the way it'll show you what's going on in life and stuff like that, man. It's just, it's crazy.
Man, it's crazy once you learn to just look at stuff with your eyes wide shut.
Right.
Like, I see things for what they are. I see people for who they are. I accept things
I
for
see
what
you.
they are.
That's in the movie.
You know,
That's in the movie. I see you.
and you know, I know that there's things that I have no control over, and I accept that.
Right.
And it's the learning how to just flow through that gives you that center of peace and that understanding in boundaries too, like right, like
Right.
I'm learning, oh man, like boundaries I've always thought was such a negative thing, like
Right.
boundary, putting up a wall and blocking something out. However, I look at a boundary like a force field. And when I think about force fields, I think about superheroes because they were the only ones that had force fields.
Right.
And there's always something special about a superhero. They have these superpowers and they're untouchable.
Right.
That is what my mindfulness does for me. That is what, you know, just learning how to be in tune with who I am and loving up on me, and being mindful of who I am and who others are. That's a part of mindfulness too.
That's a fact.
It just creates this force field around you. Sometimes some people get through the force field and I have to regroup and check myself and figure out like,
Right.
wow, like how did I let that happen?
I mean, yeah, and you know what? Half the time it be the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
Like the big shit, we like challenge overtaken. Like
Yeah.
we won that challenge.
Mm-hmm.
But the dumb shit,
Yeah.
it be the dumbest shit
Yeah.
that we slip up on, let get under our skin and take us out of that. With
Mhm.
all that we worked
Mhm.
for, it's just like bam.
Yes.
And that little dumb shit
Yeah.
can ripple effect and cause a lot. And it's like a learning lesson though. You have to learn why you went through that.
Yes.
You went through that for a reason. And you're going to continue to go through things like that until you learn your lesson. So
Yeah.
if you're going through things in your life and you think your life is hard, it's because you're not learning the lesson that the world is trying to teach you.
Preach.
You have to learn that lesson in order to move on and get past that.
Yeah.
In order to do so, you have to be honest with yourself.
That's so hard.
It's the hardest thing to do,
That's
to be
so
true
hard.
to yourself. But once you're true to yourself, no one can use that against you as a weapon.
Mm.
Now you know yourself. So when people talk about it, it's like, listen, I don't live in that house no more. So you just robbed the old house that I don't live in no more. So you continue to go rob that house and talk about it because I'm not that person no more. So you can't
Period.
affect me. If I did it, I meant it happened.
That's
I
it.
can't take it back because you can't take
No.
back not even a minute ago.
Not a
It's the
minute.
past and the future haven't happened. Even if the present doesn't even matter. And if you realize it because the present just happened, I just said that and it just went by, that's the past.
About to
It's
start calling you
imagination
Pastor
now.
DJ
You
ActinUp.
already know how it's coming. It's all in your head. People are incarcerated in the head. I say it all the time. It's like the trauma
Yes.
happened in your past. You know, it happened. You can't go back to that. And being mean to people and street shit
Some
It's
people
no
think
more the
that's a
way to
defense
go.
mechanism to stay stuck in that anger.
I
Like that's a
mean,
defense
it's not a
mechanism.
defense mechanism. It's trauma. It's a
Hmm.
block. It's mentally. You need to seek help for whatever it is. You need to be truthful to yourself of what happened. Be honest with yourself. Express yourself so that other people don't have to go through that. Or even if they do, you'll be surprised how many people actually can relate to you and what you're
Hmm.
going through, whatever
Yeah.
it may be, because we're all going through different things.
Yeah.
You can't put what's trauma to people, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it could cause PTSD nowadays too. It's not no longer for military people. So, you know what I mean? Lock in, like I'm telling you, it's like it's more than meets the eye out here, man. So you
Yeah.
really got to be in tune with yourself because the spiritual world is coming back. The real world is coming back. People are waking up to the
Hmm.
government and their bullshit and their false flag operations, their viruses, their bullshit diseases.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
but they're going to take it up to a higher scale now that people are waking up. So now it's going to be, they have satellites that can shoot lasers and cause real damage. So they're going to come in now with a fake alien invasion. Now that's why they keep
What was the
talking
deal with
about
the
aliens and
5G
more
stuff?
UFO.
I kept hearing about this 5G, and some
Well,
people were like,
5G is
don't.
what we're running
That
off
I
of
know, but
now.
before it
I
became
mean, that's
5G, it
past
was
due. It's
like,
here now. We ain't
so it was
can't do
supposed
nothing
to
about
be
that.
so detrimental
It
to us,
is.
this
Right now, it's like
5G.
we're basically in a souped up microwave oven
Mm.
right now. Basically, is what we're doing. Like the UV rays search way farther now. The 5G rays are way farther, which causes all kinds of cancers, all kinds of diseases
Mm.
within yourself. Like they can call it COVID. They have the same symptoms as to radiation. That's what 5G is giving off right now.
Wow.
So then you got things like this in your building. They are giving off radiation at low form. So everything's giving off radiation at the low form. Everything that's running off of 5Gs, your
Hmm.
phones and everything. So basically, that's what it is, man. Is they're killing us with that, and that's a world thing now. I think in China they passed 10G already. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, they
We're
have
so
all this
behind.
technology since back in the 54, 52s, and the 50s. They've been having all this technology. They just bring it out to the world slowly because people are not ready to accept everything that they have in store for us. That's why if you've seen it in the movie, it's either happened, already happened, or they testing it out to see if it's worth continuing, and they continued it, or they discontinued it because they didn't think it was worth happening.
Mm.
So basically now, I mean, the cat's up for the bag, so they just breaking it straight out, putting it out in your face nowadays. So you know what I mean? Nowadays they just putting it out there because there's nothing they can do because there's a lot of people woken up to the higher power that's really running the world. They knowing that the presidency really ain't got nothing to do with the laws that they're passing and everything. So people are waking up like in Puerto Rico right now. You know, they're
Ah.
knocking down fences that the government put up around parks and beaches and stuff
Hmm.
like that. The government actually sold some parks and beaches that they were not supposed to sell because they were free to the land, free to the people, and they sold it and made them private. So the people are standing up and knocking it down, and people are
How are
waking
people
up.
doing this during this hurricane season in Puerto Rico?
I
I heard that
mean,
they
it
were
is what
hit
it is.
pretty
Puerto
hard.
Rico, listen, Puerto Rico, my people always get hit hard. Listen, the government wants that island. So they're going to keep hitting that island with hurricanes until they destroy it. They're going to rebuild, they're going to destroy everything that you got till they move out of that island and give up, which our people will never do that. So they're going to continue. They've been fighting for that island for years. So now they're just going to continue to hit the island until people decide, like, oh, I'll keep building. They just going to move out. You know what I
Mm.
mean? But that's not going to happen. You got people in the island that have been surviving in that island without electricity, without a house, without nothing. They just in the mountains, then doing their thing like back in the day, like caveman style, but
Hmm.
not caveman style. They doing their
I mean,
thing,
right.
and it's a whole village of people that's been living like that without nothing. So
Wow.
they just continue to teach the rest of the island. The island stands up together because the people come together on the island. Not like here, even though you get into stories of all the wilding out, the killings and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and the shootings, and yes, it is wild, and you will get killed out there if you in the wrong area or in the wrong time, wrong place. You can be a tourist, not even having a problem.
Right.
But at the same time, I mean, they was making a lot of money. You can't tell me they wasn't, because there was a lot of people going to Puerto Rico this year. You know what I'm saying? So you know, we here with it. We outside right now. I'm gonna check out this new song they just sent me. Yeah, let's check it out. Tell me what y'all think about it right here. This one's called Crack Ever by Kane Black 1600.
Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack.
Talk to me. We outside right now on the Acting Up with DJ ActinUp podcast. We got NellyYoga Fitness right here. Check out his shows Thursdays 3 to 4.
Think you ride, but I could knock off your car fender. There's no hits that's all ages and all genders. When I'm chopping that banana like a small blender, make 'em a smoothie. Niggas is fruity, but when I shoot the clip for 'em, I can make 'em a movie. My youngin' got the clip, but I'm about to take 'em to Uzi. My shooting percentage is higher, I can make 'em recruit me. Cause Coach K want me. Should've went to Kentucky for my ability to bring out the mop. Really a scrubby. And blowing out the water, they quitting before I dummy. Only cry about spilled milk that should've went to the puppies that love me. So they the bitter stranger, sense the danger. If I'm mad, I probably shot you before I could sense the anger. But you know you gon' die before we get to the chamber. On division, when I split it, your homie get the remainder. Let him count it up. Fuck be exact, you can round it up. The type of numbers that make you look at your
Talk to me, baby. What's up out there? What's up? Lock in with me.
Little ass boy, you big homie, you clown or what? Goofy nigga, you playing around with the wrong one. That ain't good for your health in the long run. I'm just trying to turn a half to a whole one. That's why I answer it so fast when the phone rung. So you could tell that I was born in the crack era. With bad luck like I was looking in the crack mirror. Front line, but I can see what's in the back clearer. Really, you
Yeah, what up, though? We outside with it. We outside.
First take without Stephen A. In my stamina.
Yeah, you already know what it is. DJ Acting Up on the ones and twos. So we just talking today, man, about all kinds of things. We got deep on them. We joking around. We acting up with DJ Acting Up. It's the podcast. We rolling with Brass. You already know Belmar, New Jersey. Get your weed apparel. You already know how we locking in right here. We talking about, man, listen, if you suggested an open relationship and your girl's getting the yams and you wasn't, you gonna tell her to stop doing what she doing?
That was funny.
Yeah.
It was like he wasn't ready for
He
her.
wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready for her to boss up like that. Like
Yeah.
he didn't think it was gonna go that way. Like that's why you don't open Pandora's box unless you are strong enough and mature enough to handle whatever that it's gonna go and however it's gonna turn out. You can't even dive into it. That's why I said I don't play around with that.
So let
want
me
it.
ask you another question, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because there's a lot of things going on, they say in the industry it gets wild, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to make it happen for yourself, like to make it big, there's a couple ways to do it. So if someone came to you with an option to, you can have everything you ever wanted in your life, if they had to do some freak booty shit to you for like 5 minutes, like, would you sell your soul, or would you let them do it for the
No.
money?
No.
Would you do it for the Billy?
No.
Or would you
Because I don't
walk away from it and not have nothing
Now,
in life
I'm
and
not even-
struggle and continue to do it that way?
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Will I know what you're gonna do to me first before I agree?
I mean, it be whatever. Let's say they want to stick 3 fingers in your booty and twirl it around for 5 minutes
That's
or
not
some
that
shit. You gonna do it for the Billy?
3 fingers? Shit,
they
yes.
fucking wanna
3
do,
fingers and you can change my life? Are you kidding me?
You can't ask no woman that
you
shit. The
you
woman's doing it for
You can spin me around. Like, what?
the woman's doing it for the Billy.
For
Ask the
3
man
fingers. But see,
that,
this is what I'm
though.
saying.
Ask
I
the
need to
man
know
that.
what you're going to try to do to me.
So what if they tell you had to chop off your titties and you had to become a man? You had to change your body and be a man for the Billy.
No.
So if you ain't if
No.
you ain't gonna do that for the Billy.
No. Now, see, that's like 3 fingers. I'll live to fight another day after that.
But you gotta do some
You
off
want
the
me
wall
to-
shit like that for the Billy.
Yeah, nah,
You gonna get
nah,
the Billy, you gotta change your body,
Nah.
become a man.
nah.
But if you don't do it, then
Nope.
you're gonna do it forcefully because then you're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna go to prison, and somebody gonna do it for you.
No, I'm not. I'm not cutting my titties off and turning into a man for no
You
price.
ain't gonna
Like
do it for the Billy.
3 fingers, yes.
See the three fingers is really for a man. You gonna
That
ask a man,
yeah.
a straight man. You know what I mean, for the belly.
I
The
don't
man
know.
gonna tell you if you're a straight man.
Yeah.
But
It
some
just
people
was.
gonna break because that's what happens in the industry, you know, or to make it famous, somebody's gonna come to you and tell you that you gotta do some off the wall shit for
Yes.
this money. And if you
Yes.
walk away from it, then
I've
yeah,
walked
I
away
mean,
from situations like that. Like so that it is a real thing, especially I think for female artists trying to get into the industry. And men have a way of making you feel as though you're somewhat obligated to oblige their advances in a sense. Um, so that can be difficult to navigate when you do feel like, oh, if I don't do this, then I'm not going to get that. And a lot of times it does happen that you don't. You won't get those roles. You won't get that studio time. You won't get your song played. You won't get those showcases. You'll just, get pushed by the wayside if you're not. And then sometimes you will, and they'll still gas you up. You been and still gave them the yams and still didn't get shit because they were
right,
playing you all along.
right.
So it could go either way, but selling your soul, it just ain't worth it because you just don't know what's on the other side of that. Like,
Right.
that's one of the reasons why when I was younger and I was approached to be an escort, I just couldn't do it. And it was so like enticing. I had people that I knew that were doing it and they were up and I was struggling and I was like, I just can't see me sucking no old
But at this age, for certain
CEO.
something like three fingers, you'll sell it. You'll do it for the bill.
3 fingers, maybe. Yeah. Sorry, husband. Sorry, husband. But we up though.
Get your little ass out of here.
But
You
we
still
up,
selling your
though.
soul though.
Huh?
You still selling your soul.
I sold
It's
my
just a
booty
matter of how
hole.
you do
I
it.
just sold my booty hole.
You
I
sold
ain't
your
sell
soul for the-
myself.
For the booty.
It was just the booty
She
hole,
did it for the
y'all.
Billy. NellyYoga Fitness doing it for the Billy, you heard? We just doing the bop.
With a shooter, and I'm shooting my shot.
Ah,
Just throwing my pop. Looking at it, you gon' do it or not? Spinning, niggas mad 'cause we winning.
talk to me.
Like Derek Coleman,
Hey, people.
like Simmons.
NellyYoga Fitness.
Don't care who I'm offending.
DJ ActinUp.
If I don't like you, I'm no longer pretending.
Bruno Brown.
Hatred,
Doing my bop.
now I'm their favorite. And respect my hand, then they come in and shake it. Bruno Brown, showing Brown Bomber, they don't know how to take it. We in the building, with DJ ActinUp. No tough and no basic. Ray, shake the cylinder. Hey, ActinUp. I'm just doing my bop. Baby. Just doing my bop. I'm just doing my bop. Just doing my bop. I do this shit for attention. I want the likes and the mention.
Hey.
Shut up, bitch, pay attention.
Yeah.
Hey, look at me.
Look at me.
Look at me. Could be dead or in jail. I'm alive and I'm free.
What?
So know who you running with. Block away. Know that we running shit. We not them niggas you running with. Making them sick. I don't think they can stomach you.
What up, dog?
I'm just doing my bop.
Talk to me.
Just doing my bop. I'm just doing my bop. Just doing my bop.
Hey, Nelly, real quick.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Is there any information you really want to tell the people out there before we end the show today?
Listen, people, I'm all about mindfulness. I need you guys to check me out. Go to my website, learn about what yoga and the benefits of meditation and yoga, how it can change your life, people. Seriously, mental health is wealth. Follow my Instagram page, NellyYoga Fitness. You can check out my website, NellyYogaFitness.com. You can email me at email@NellyYogaFitness.com. Man, this was a pleasure
Yeah, it was,
to
man.
be
Good
here
show.
and just go all off the rails, all off the tracks and talk
That's how
about
we
real
do it.
shit.
That's how we do it.
I'm not your put inside the box type of yoga instructor. I like to talk about real things, and yes, I do curse. It's just the way that I express myself, but I still like to namaste anyway. Thank you for having me, bro.
No,
thank you
thank
for
you for coming
allowing
on
me
the
to
show
express
today.
myself.
Hey, listen. Thank you for coming on the show. Nelly, check out her show on Thursdays. She got her own
Yes.
show. But look, you can catch me at Booker's in Camden Broadway every Saturday of October, starting on the 8th. So every Saturday, October, Booker's acting up, we acting up
Oh, we
over there.
acting
You
up.
already know what it is. You can catch me in Wildwood starting in October. I'll be at the Cove. I'll be at His and Hers doing Latin night starting in October.
Hustling,
We in
baby.
Fridays. We in Atlantic City at 1009 Arctic Avenue. Coco's for the pop up. You already know. Shout out to my man Real Vet Lungs. Look him up on IG for that good gas. Lock in with me, man, with the Acting Up with DJ Acting Up podcast. We out of here. You already know what it is, man. Casamigo Biscuit. You already know. DJ Acting Up.
DJ acting up, bring the
Yes, sir. Let's go. Casamigos. Right here. DJ Acting Up in the Acting Up podcast. Rockaway Radio. We